loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and today I want to do a video that I see all over BookTube, which is 5-star predictions. Wow, sorry, I didn't mean to be like, but I do. Do you know how many times I edit out claps? It's amazing. But I wanted to do a 5-star prediction video. So basically, I picked 5-star books. This is actually the second time I filmed this, and my original video had 6, but I already read one of the books, so it wouldn't really be a prediction anymore. So now it is 5 books that I currently own that I think will be rated 5 stars, and my goal is to read all 5 of them, just keep going like this, in 2020. I'm not going to read them in order. I'm going to try to mix it up, but they are just 5 books that I think will be rated 5 stars for whatever reason. All of them are packed away though in my TBR box, and I am too lazy to dig through it and find all of them. So I'm just going to put pictures right here in front of my Valentine's Day sign, and then you guys will know what I'm talking about, or you've already heard of it. I don't know, but let's get started. The first book I have on my list is Love, Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. I think that's how you say it. But this book, I have seen the movie on Netflix. I love the movie. I don't know who, I can't think of the actors' names who are in it, but I believe the male guy is the same, the male lead is the same male lead as in You Before Me.
For those I haven't had the chance to say hi to properly, I'm Rosie. And this has got to be one of the happiest days of my life.
But I absolutely love this book. From what I know from watching the movie, it is about 2 best friends, and they both kind of have feelings for each other, but the timing never really works out. And I don't know, sounds super cute. The movie is amazing. I'm guessing the book is even better because you know what they say, the book is typically better than the movie, but I am super excited to read this book. I have had this on my TBR for a while, and I actually just happened to be at a bookstore and I found the book, so I picked it up, and now it is on my 5-star predictions for 2020. The next book is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This book, from what I know, is basically like a retelling of the 2016 election, where instead of electing our current US president, they instead elect a woman president, and her, like the first son, the woman president's son, and the prince, I think, of England have a hate-to-love relationship. I love hate-to-love relationships. I think they are super cute, and everybody I know who has read this book has loved it. One of my friends who isn't even a big romance reader loved it. So going off the hype, I am gonna guess that it's a 5-star read. I am really excited to read this one as well. I'm a little worried that it's not gonna live up to the hype. I actually think, if I remember correctly, this book is probably the biggest hyped book. Actually, maybe not. No, I'm gonna say this is probably the biggest hyped book. There's one that probably comes in a close second to this, but it's probably the biggest hyped book that I have on my list this year. So I'm a little worried for a letdown, but we'll see. The next one that I have on my list is kind of a wild card, an outlier, something that I wasn't really expecting to have on the list, but it is Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I did not like the first and only book I've read by Rainbow Rowell. I didn't like it, but I was watching a bunch of people's end of the year type videos, and someone was doing like a reread. My highlighter on my chin is really bad, I'm sorry. Someone was doing a reread vlog. They reread Landline by Rainbow Rowell, which from what I understand is about a couple who is having marital issues, and the husband goes away for the weekend, and somehow the wife is able to talk to the past husband over a landline and basically remember why she fell in love with him again. That's what I understand from their description. And I added it to my TBR, and then I happened to be at a thrift store a couple days later and I found it, and it just felt like fate. I have heard that there's some problematic subjects in this book, but I just have a good feeling about it. It sounds like something I would like. It actually reminds me a little bit of the movie with Sandra Bullock, The Lake House, which is about a couple who lives 2 years apart and they're able to communicate through a letter in a mailbox. And it's a heartbreakingly amazing story.
My dearest Mr. Weiler, are you willing to play a game with me? 2 years ago today, I was taking the 1:45 train to Madison from the Riverside station, and I forgot something there. It was a gift from my father. If you find it, can you please put it in the mailbox? It would mean a lot. Yours, Kate.
Final call for the 546 to Madison. All aboard. I'll call you.
And it just reminds me of that. I'm getting really lake housey vibes, and I am willing to place a bet on my outlier, my wild card, and see what I think of it. The next book is my other probably really hyped book. You may even see it say that it's more hyped than Red, White, and Royal Blue. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But it is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I have wanted to read a Christina Lauren book for ever. Like, autobiography is on my list, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Undating, the one with the blue cover that I can't think of. Like, there are so many books by this writing author duo that I've wanted to read, and Unhoneymooners has just been at the top of my list. It was on so many people's best books of 2019 list, and I really like the concept. Basically, from what I understand, it is about the maid of honor and the best man at a wedding. The bride and groom get food poisoning, and basically the maid of honor and best man have to go on their honeymoon, but they hate each other. And it's like a hate to love, close proximity trope type of book. I actually am getting ready to plan and film a favorite romance trope video. I think it's actually gonna be like my quote-unquote Valentine's Day video. So you guys will hear a lot about tropes that I like, but this just has a lot of tropes that I really enjoy, tropes that I want to write or have written. So I am really excited about this one. And like I said, I've just heard really good things, and I'm actually really excited because it is one of the next books that I will be reading, because I'm going to be buddy reading it with one of my favorite internet friends, Kelsey from Painting with Your Voice or Painting with Voices. I can never remember her handle, but she's a bookstagrammer. I will link her down below, and she's amazing, and we are getting ready to buddy read, and it is my first buddy read that I've ever done, so I'm super excited, and I am expecting great things from The Unhoneymooners. And then the last one that is on my list is, how would I put it? If you guys have been watching my channel for the last few years where I've done my favorite books of the year, this book series has made it on the list every year. So it may not be a 5-star read, but I'm expecting it to be one of my best books of 2020, and it is the last book in the series, and it is the 4th book in the Off-Campus series. I love this series. Like, I devour it every time I get to read one of the books. I actually just reread the first book in the series, which is The Deal, again by Elle Kennedy, and I loved it. And this storyline is one that has stuck out in my head for a really long time because it is the 4th book in a series. Even though they're like a standalone series, I'm not gonna get too into the summary, but I'm expecting big things. Basically, the series is about 4 college-age hockey students who are like all-stars on their team, and it is each of their love stories in like their final 2 years of college. So you do hear bits and pieces about the other roommates in all of the books, but I feel like this is the one that you hear the least about. I could tell you very, very little about this character pre-reading, so I'm very excited to learn more about this character. And those are all of my official 5-star reads of 2020. I am just going to throw in here the book that I am currently reading because, I don't know, it's just the book that I am reading and it was supposed to be on this list, so I figured I will keep it on here anyways. But it is One Day by David Nicholas, which again, just like Love, Rosie, I actually watched the movie on Netflix and loved it.
You don't have to leave.
I think I do.
I'm sorry, Dex.
Hey, don't be. Go on.
Salut.
On va mettre?
Ah oui?
So I wanted to read the book, and I actually got the book the same time I got Love, Rosie. But it is about 2 friends who meet in college, and it basically tells their story on the same date every year. So it always, I want to say it's July 15th, and it's like each chapter is July 15th of that year. So I'm very intrigued by it. I think it's a really interesting premise. So far it's good. But I'm less than 100 pages in. I just felt like it was a little, I don't want to say biased, I can't think of the right word. A little wrong, I guess maybe would be the right word, for me to put it on my list with it being a book that I've already read. Let me know in the comments down below, 1, if you've read any of the books that I listed and what you think of it, and 2, what are your 5-star predictions for 2020 or just your current TBR or whatever you want. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, Worlders. Who's the author? Cecilia Ahern for Hockey